Another two named characters, Imperium Tocora the Liege and Jay. My patience. You remember the way out, dismissed. A tall man in austere grey clothes makes show of looking past the woman he's addressing. Let him. What Argy put such hard words into your mouth? You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us. The woman, who's standing with her back to you, lets out an ostentatious sigh. Then her tone changes dramatically. Where's my cargo, Vladim? Farco has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business with your old friends these days? So, you don't remember? Then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out. Idira, move. The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lower voice, Jay, get going where he's letting you. Go drown your sorrows at the massacres and thank your lucky stars you were able to walk out that door. You won't get the chance next time. Charming. The Imperium needs alien. They just don't want to admit it, though they are becoming better in modern 40K. This takes place 160 years before the main timeline. Oh, Rogue Trader's quite old then. I mean, no, what? Quite early in the timeline. They've kind of an alliance with the Eldar now. Interesting. But I mean, with the looming doom and chaos threat, it sounds smart. First any insults and now threats. I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity on Footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal. She turns on her heel and heads towards the exit. As she passes you by, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, and then immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. Might she be more important in the future? We will find out. This named character with a portrait. The tall man has long since noticed your presence, is studying you intently. Adeptus Tocora, Liege of Footfall. Let us please proceed to my office. A spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby. Is that dangerous for us? Alright, certainly. Let's go. Please, follow us. While you are engaged in small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Tocora. His expression is aloof and focused, his gestures taut and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he's used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he has been studying you in turn this whole time. Pause. I hope soon there will be more voice stuff. I think in today's stream there wasn't really too much voiced. Vladame straightens in his chair and says in a polite but completely indifferent tone, let's talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lord von Valencius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope the sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate. You know, judging by your expression, I've had more sincere expressions of grief. Quite a lot. He nods calmly. A fair point. You can, however, be assured of the sincerity of my desire to cooperate with you. So, you want something from me? I am impressed by your prudence. Your decision to arrive on Footfall Incognito without announcing either the death of the previous rogue trader or your own status. It was quite wise. The rumor will spread sooner or later. It's impossible to keep secret something that's known to thousands of people serving on a void ship. But for now, you are free to reap the benefits of anonymity. I wonder what changed due to that. I've heard much about your rare human, or should I say, about the profoundly impressive results you managed to achieve by using it. I've always had a fondness for individuals who can destroy the enemy or gain a powerful ally with just a few well-phrased sentences or precisely issued orders. The corners of Vladame's mouth twitched, bringing his expression dangerously close to a genuine smile. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yourself. Ah. What do you want, my friend? Probably not to add Footfall to my dynasty. Before that, who was that woman that Warden threw out? William's expression hardens. He makes a frustrated gesture. A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her J. Hildari. A small-time hustler with big ambitions that will lead her to a sticky end. Lore Imperium succeeded. Nice. By Argenta. Who's listening somewhere? It's strange. A small-time hustler, even a particularly audacious one, wouldn't likely quarrel in public with a figure as important as the Liege of Footfall. What seems stranger still is that the Liege knows this small fry by name. She's a big fish. She's irrelevant. Since I'm the one in control of the situation on Footfall, I can speak on behalf of all of its noteworthy residents. So, what sort of patronage do you seek from me? Protection. No military protection, but a different kind of security. You have, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on your way here. I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming from across the entire sector. That's not good. Heightened chaos activity. Communication with the Galaxis sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the Maw in recent years, none have yet returned. The last ship that came through the Maw from the other side was struck by temporal anomaly. The jump almost took 2 decades in real space time. Lore test succeeded. You've heard the periods of warp instability, including cases where the Maw would become completely inaccessible for navigation for years on end, thus temporarily cutting off the Koronus Expanse from the Imperium. Even so, Lame's words are particularly alarming. It seems that something had a profound effect on the Maw. And this brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and a training post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. The station naturally has some reserves, but the supply issue didn't start yesterday. Footfall would be obliged if House von Valencius would assist us by signing a contract for food deliveries. It's like Chaos is trying to separate the Expanse from the rest of the Imperium. If it is that planned, yeah. I still don't know how randomly Chaos is acting, you know? Just cause of its nature. You know, I can't be the only one you've asked for help. Naturally, I tried contacting other rogue traders. The terms of House von Chorda... Not one. But the terms of House Chorda would have bled Footfall dry, and for the esteemed Caligos Winterscale. Instead of a food shipment from him, I received a transport, the Navigator, packed with refugees. I had to send them off to Foulstone. So many extra mouths to feed would have only worsened the crisis further. I suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale. And so I put my faith in you, the third and last of Footfall's allies. You know, if you're so fond of my acumen, then do not insult it by putting on a brave face now. We both know that you have a far greater need of me than I have of you. Going into a tough bartering. Going to give him control, because I mean he's ruling over Footfall. He can pay. Lename listens with a stony expression. You're very perceptive. Well, now you know what you're buying. The situation is difficult, but you should decide to offer your support. You'll forget about the existence of trading hubs other than Footfall, because you won't have more loyal friends anywhere else. So, what are the terms of this deal? It is simple. Delivery of food shipments from your fertile worlds. Janus, I imagine. I'm quite familiar with the jewel of the Von Valencius Protectorate. In exchange for fair payment. The Chaos God's Tinge doesn't act randomly. He's the architect of fate. He always has a plan. Ah, okay. We could go for the Iconoclast one. I will have footfall, but not out of desire for profit. I have no interest in obtaining any favors in kind or becoming your patron, only in saving people's lives. While Edward wants to save as many people as possible, I think it would be very bad to say that in this situation, and when you also can use our resources to help more people. So I wouldn't just serve this on a silver platter to him. Okay, we can say get on your knees and ask properly, then I will help. That's not really Edward's style. The payments will be unfair, as I will be robbing you blind, but you will remain in charge. Do we have a deal? Let's go for the neutral accepting one. Alright, very well. I will help you with food shipments. The dame takes a quick sip from his glass. I am immensely obliged, your lordship. I assume you're going to need time to get the shipments up and running. I can wait. On my end, I promise you complete cooperation with your endeavors. So, I would like to know more about the Envis gang. Why haven't they been dealt with yet? Guys who attacked us at the port. Princess Steve slightly before answering. I've been using all my resources to delay the movement when the station is hit by famine. I haven't got around to the Envis yet. As detrimental as they are, they're no players. When the leader dies, the rest will scatter. You know, there's an establishment not too far from here. They let people torture fake Xenos. I want you to stop. The name gives you a curt nod. It will be dealt with. So, what's the situation in the region? Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and fringe worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. The core of the Imperium forces on the Koronus Expanse has departed for the sector's borders to combat the Xenos threat. There's been no words from them for a while now. But then again, with the distance and the current issues with astropaths, that is not entirely out of the ordinary. Still, we are not yet alone. From several of the worlds hit by the Xenos attacks, we received reports of fierce warriors who descended from the sky and entered the fray. The fragmentary accounts led me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Koronus Expanse, and I await news of the victories with great anticipation. I think that's a new word. Adeptus Astartes, commonly known as Space Marines. We fought a corrupted one. How fun. Commonly known as Space Marines, these genetically engineered super soldiers are the most powerful and ferocious warriors of the Imperium. Created to be superior to normal humans in every way, they live to fight against any menace to the humanity. Each chapter of Space Marines has its own homeworld, warrior culture, and strategic specialisms. So, have there been any Xenos attacks on Footfall? No, there haven't. Attacking Footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board them. I'm confused by the grammar. Even the listed weapons on board them make for a decent science. I don't. Sentence you wrong. And even the listed weapons on board would make for a decent fighting force. I think the them just has to vanish. And that's not even to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamefully hidden from the station's custom officials. It's not exactly right, the Adeptus Custodies are the best fighters of the Grey Knights, but you probably never see them. So like, hidden and most people don't know about them? For us here, Xenos are more of a source of income than a threat. Let him freeze us, forging your reaction. Hey, actually the Iconoclast one is quite fitting. It seems so... It doesn't seem smart to just condemn it. Because, I mean, knowledge, understanding, and if it's something good to use just because someone else crafted it, go ahead. Use that weapon. I do not approve of the fear of xenotech. One must know and understand the enemy. I'm convinced that your connections with Footfall will allow you to broaden your knowledge and understanding of Xenos considerably. I will see to it that your curiosity is satisfied in every way. So, where does one go to make a few deals here on the station? Here. I am the main dealer on the station, and it would be disrespectful of me to suggest that you take your business to footfall traders of lesser importance. Still, you might take an interest in a few people of note. For example, Reverend Hieronymus de Loroso. This servant of the Ecclesiarchy is rumored to purchase sacred relics from captains, and other traders don't seem keen on becoming his competitors. Sorry. If you're looking for goods that can entertain you, you'll find Octaviana at the establishment called the Adeptus Mechanicus. The alcohol department. The chemical bliss that she offers is refined and possesses a satisfactory degree of purity. Just don't ask her to pour you her signature drink. It's meant for common football rebel, not discerning clientele. The Custodes are the Emperor's bodyguard and don't start fighting again until the main timeline, as they are in mourning. They feel responsible for the Emperor's condition, and the Grey Knights are secret. If you're not high-ranking, you will be killed for seeing one. Oh boy. They are anti-demon space marines. Interesting. Thanks for the bits of knowledge, Alistair. Alright, let's get down to business. I'm interested in your wares. I'm at your service. You can expect the most generous discounts. Can I? For Raw, increase the user's resolve by +2 for each level of Iconoclast, decreasing all characteristics by -10. Doesn't sound like a good thing. Enter cargo. Medikit. Eldari Plasma Grenade. Water-like pattern stab revolver. Right. Yeah, all other things are just way too expensive. And it's quite expensive also to get their approval. Let's start. I like how you don't have to buy anything. Is this kind of cool? I like that you have more like a threshold to buy stuff. Because it just seems way more fitting. Someone who just owns like a whole void ship and colonies and stuff. So yeah, agreed. Right.
Keep your wits about you.
Ah. Boxmaster Vigitus. Lord Captain, I'm pleased to report that the inspections have been completed and all identified system failures have been resolved. The void ship is ready to depart Footfall. The crew is waiting for further instructions. There are also a number of issues that need to be addressed. How promising. More issues.
I always keep my options open.
Oh well. Bastion Chorda. I guess an envoy. Of the Chorda House. Got a 40K Black American Express. Kind of. A well-groomed young man calls out to you. He's clean-shaven and dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy, with a bright Aquilia embroidered in a prominent spot. And noble sir, a minute of your time, if you please. I'm Bastion Indirama Bastar Chorda, youngest cousin of the House Chorda, envoy of Incendia Bastar Chorda, rock trader of Koronus Expanse, by the grace of the most holy emperor. And you must be an envoy of Theodora von Valencius. I noticed that you arrived on the esteemed lady's ship. True, because he doesn't know we are rock trader. Chorda, There are some of the most influential rogue traders in the Koronus Expanse, but not on Footfall. The station is under the control of House Winterscale. And hopefully, maybe now of us? Something tells me that we are about to hear a most curious offer, says Abelard on his breath, so that only you can hear him. We'll keep the charade up. Quite right. I'm Lady Theodora's envoy. Splendid. It's a pleasure to be speaking with an equal. Truth be told, I get a little flustered in the presence of the powers that be. Question smiles meekly. Oh. So, what did you wish to speak with me about? A matter of the utmost delicacy. You see, you've been to the residence of the Liege. The name almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrangement of shipments of footfall. The Von Valencia's Protectorate is famed for the abundance of its main agri-world, Xenos. It would be odd for him to not seize on such an opportunity when footfall is on the verge of famine. However, the Tawny dynasty pursues its own interests on footfall. We've already announced our terms to the Liege, but he's stalling. I imagine in hopes of getting a better offer from you. The Koronus dynasty believes... Veteran smiles and gives a slight shrug. That cooperation would be preferable for both rogue trader houses. If you refuse, Vladame, thereby forcing him to agree to a deal with us, the Tawny dynasty can promise you a share of the profits from the future contract, as well as certain other prerequisites. Everybody benefits. The Emperor's most loyal servants should be more concerned with carrying his will through the stars and less with dividing up profit among themselves. Argenta says disapprovingly, quietly enough so as not to interrupt the negotiations, especially when the well-being of one of the Imperium's worlds is at stake, even one such as Footfall. I would say, really, I know I say that all the time, but very often Argenta is the only one to have a voice for people and their well-being. Iconoclast in disguise. Behind your smile, Master Bastion, clear shadows swirl. Others may not see them, and your worry cannot escape my eye. What are you afraid of? Yours wrath should these negotiations prove fruitless? Or the wrath of House Von Valencius? Idira, who was yawning in boredom a moment ago, flinches, clutches her face, her fingernails digging into her skin. They're coming! Again, rather than the ones who came before. I just don't get it. Did they all have a death wish? I appreciate the warning, Idira. Edward draws his weapon. So we don't even have to decide, I guess, regarding House Jordan. A what? Bastion stares at you in surprise, then turns around. Oh well.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
I will fight if I must.
Oh my. What a planet. Once more. Big chaos. Love, Idira, Argenta, Pasqal. Here we go. I'm not really sure where to put the front line, actually. I don't know. How about here?
It's as good as done.
Here we put the dodging area. Here we put more damage area.
I'll see to it personally.
Yeah.
I won't compromise my principles.
I think that didn't work. He used it, but I can't see the area. Oh well.
On it.
Okay,
I
Cassia,
have read
going
tomes
here.
of military tactics,
Here we go.
as duty demands.
Nice. Yes, he ruled.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Boost Cassia a little bit. Ah, now we can do the area again. Let's do the dodging
It's
here.
as good as done.
A more damage one. Anyway.
Who if not me?
Okay. Come on, Thugs, just come closer. So I can see you through my third eye. Nice. Okay, I would say that's perfect formation.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Here we go.
Witness the fury of House
Nice.
Orcelio.
Another multi-kill. Let's go back and give the turn to Argenta.
If I may,
I should have pressed the advantage to kill this one. Oh well.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Each strike is a prayer. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I mean, theoretically, we could use
I am his
Firearm
will
mastery.
made manifest.
the reposition, I think.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
But I used... You saw that I used the momentum skill, but it didn't do anything.
Step aside. The Navigator is coming.
Ah, hey, a guard.
For the glory of the Imperium!
Thanks for your participation. Yeah, see? Great. Just used it, but I couldn't use it. Twice that Lenny. A nice name.
The
Here.
enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
And clean up.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Each strike is a prayer.
I think now we have the bonus of the heroic act. Maybe it's kind of bugged with the bonus
Doubt is
turns.
for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Nice. Could use it again. If we could use that.
I'll do it.
Oh,
This is why I was chosen.
another one? No. Let's use this way to shoot another time.
I know what is to come.
Lion? No. Or do I? I do.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Didn't really see the guys here. Okay, Pasqal.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Let's shoot you. I think the issue might actually be the automatic end of a turn. Because you saw that Pasqal also got like some movement points. So just gonna turn that off. Hope that that will fix some things. Go. Bonk. And
Indeed.
you.
Reduced to dust! At your beck and call.
Don't even think we need... Oh wow, you are our reinforcement? One guard? Insane. Okay. So twice that lady's turn before mine.
I'll
So
make
let's
it
go.
happen.
And let's Adeptus shoot her down. Well, reload first.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicate it.
Nice. Let's just you, right? We're going to press on the advantage.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
And look at you. Up to 130 damage.
Another foe painted black.
Neat. Now everyone is back again. The shorter guy didn't even have anything too interesting with him. Oh well. Let's see, the revolver could be better than things I have. It's nice that it fires multiple times. So I think I will use that as a short range thing for Argenta. It's so small.
Is there money to be made?
Warehouse. Oh, that's loot. Let's go to the loot. Indeed, friends. We've made some powerful people very angry. Layout of the Liege. Renovation of air filtration system completed on asteroid Dwayne Prime. Adam told us to make sure you're not seen around here again. And we will. Killing now.
Let us not dawdle.
Ah, one of the thugs. That was so random. Right? I know. Ah, here's the loot box. Go. Fireproof cape.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Ooh, endless note from the atrium. Sector 2. Watch your back. Make sure you're not being followed. Ooh. Heavy armor. You've obtained heavy armor. Unlike light and medium armor, heavy armor provides the ability to deflect damage. Deflection is a unique heavy armor set that reduces damage taken by a specified flat amount. Higher armor rating, but also higher dodge penalty. Defense. Shadow Quarters. I had quite a few bugs in Chapter 3. Chapter 2 was okay for me, if I remember it right. Yeah, I read that online that people were like, the later you are in the game, the more bugs there are, and quite exponentially. Come on, click, click, click. Or not.